experts, medical, scientific,
Yes.
and both of them saying the approach mentally is so important as well.
Yeah,
taking that
absolutely.
positive thought
But also
process
just
ahead.
give yourself time to recover. It's 8:45, and one way that some living with the after effects of COVID may be able to improve their health is through the power of music.
And that's because there's evidence that singing might help patients to recover from the virus. Now, the NHS has teamed up with the English National Opera to offer a singing therapy programme to some of those affected by long COVID. David Silito has been listening in.
Sing it with me.
When it comes to Zoom meetings, this is probably as stress-free as it gets. A lullaby, some singing, and a lesson
I am breathing in 10.
in breathing.
I'm breathing out 10.
That was the best thing that happened to me after COVID. It was a breath of fresh air.
I'm breathing in 9.
Finally, I found somebody who understood a little bit about where it was I was coming from and the difficulties that I was having.
Wonderful.
And this is what it's all about. These vocal exercises I'm being given to do are part of the Breathe programme. And taking me through my paces is Susie Zumpa from English National Opera, who has a vital area of expertise: breathing.
Because one of the things that's really hard if you've been unwell for a long time is that you've potentially never been particularly conscious of how you breathed when you were well. Then it's been a struggle. And so getting back to what normal feels like when it isn't something that you are terribly conscious of remembering is already difficult.
This was Richard Stenning back in March in intensive care.
Honestly, the worst 36 hours of my life. I didn't know where I was. I was having huge problems with hallucinations and sweats and aching limbs.
And since then, it's been tough.
I suffered from chronic fatigue. I get completely wiped out. I'm pretty good in the mornings, okay in the evenings. The afternoons are terrible.
It's a familiar story. Sheba was hospitalised in March and since then has spent months isolated, anxious and breathless.
Could you have ever imagined that essentially singing teaching could have helped?
Not in my wildest dreams. No, not at all.
Has it helped?
I would suddenly wake up thinking I'm not getting enough oxygen in my lungs, and I didn't know what to do about it. Should I call 111? Should I call an ambulance? Am I going to have a heart attack? So it's that kind of anxiety. But this connected me with my flock of fellow sufferers, but in the most positive and musical way.
This pilot programme is now being extended to another 1,000 long COVID patients. The evidence so far suggests it's helping people recover faster.
With use of the lullabies that calm the patients and with use of the exercises that they do in between the classes, we can see that people's breathing patterns are better, they're breathing deeper, they're using their diaphragms more, and they're calmer. So absolutely, on the evidence we have so far, we feel this is a benefit to people.
Summertime.
But it's also about more than breathing. Music can be healing in many ways.
I do like to revisit the Summertime song. I know I fell in love with it as soon as Susie made us sing that.
Fish are jumping.
It reminds you that bad times do not last forever. There is light at the end of the tunnel.
Standing by.
Isn't that nice?
Moment of serenity.